Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel, and we've got a couple of movie reviews going on tonight. The first one, which I watched yesterday afternoon, is 47 Meters Down, Uncaged, which is the sequel to the last movie that I reviewed, 47 Meters Down. So they've got an interesting premise for this one. So we have two stepsisters because their parents decided to get married. Sasha, played by Corinne Fox, and Mia, played by Sophie Nilles. They are teenagers in a high school somewhere. It's called the International School somewhere in Mexico near the coast. Their parents having just moved there. They're not really very close or anything like that. So this is the obviously movie in which they're going to bond. So Mia's father Grant, played by John Corbett, he decides to sign them up for a boat ride where there's actually going to be they can actually see great white sharks being fed, and there's a section of the boat that's below the water, but it's filled with it's covered with plexiglass, so you can actually go down and watch the sharks being fed. So when they throw in chunks of meat and blood to attract the sharks. So that's the plan. However, the girls decide to ditch the other group because there's a group of girl bullies in it, and Sasha's friends, and their names are Alexa and Nicole. They say that there's a secret place that they can actually go and hang out. So they decide to go there. It's basically a lagoon with a with a kind of floating raft or something like that that's actually attached to an anchor. And this leads to the opening of an underwater Mayan city. It's very, very ancient. And one of the girls, Alexa, has actually been there with a guy called Ben, who is an assistant to Mia's father. So Mia's father and his two assistants, Ben and Carl, are actually in another section of the city. They are actually getting the place ready for a group of archaeologists. So they're scuba divers. Grant owns a scuba diving company. When I say company, it's basically an outfit. So the four girls decide to go and check it out, and they see something that's kind of like a sacrificial chamber or something like that, with all these ancient, statues and things. So it's kind of cool. They actually do a great job of showing up the underwater Mayan city. Or the underground Mayan city. Anyway, it's completely submerged now. And unfortunately, they actually see a large fish that has got no eyes, and it's actually see-through. You can actually look at it quite a bit. But it scares Nicole, and she pushes herself back and knocks down one of the pillars. The girls are initially separated in all the silt that actually washes up, but they find Ben, and Ben is suddenly killed by a shark. Now these kind of sharks are living inside the underground city, and they are blind, again just like the other fish, because they don't really get any sunlight. So they actually hunt by sound. The girls manage to get reunited, and they meet up with Grant. However, Grant is killed pretty much soon once they get to the lagoon, and the girls are now stuck. Nicole is one of the first to actually get killed. Sadly, she is the most hottest one, and she is killed by a couple of the sharks. And then Grant is killed. Sorry, I think I did that out of order. And there's an underwater whirlpool which separates the remaining three girls. Sasha is initially separated from the rest of them, and now it's just Mia and Alexa. Alexa tries to save herself by taking off the oxygen, the thing in between, because there's a shark trying to get her, and then the tank is actually holding her back. So she removes it, but unfortunately she dies. Because she's not able to get enough oxygen. Mia and Sasha get reacquainted because Sasha is actually not killed. They manage to get caught up in the whirlpool, but they're able to find a way out. They find themselves into the open sea, and they find a boat, a ship, rather a large boat, less like a ship. And coincidence of all coincidences, it's the ship which has got their classmates in it, and they are actually dumping in I believe they call it chumming, where they throw large chunks of fish meat and blood into the water so to attract the sharks, so they can get a clear view of them, part of the attraction. And they go in, and now it's the other kind of sharks, the regular kind of sharks that are actually attacking them. Sasha's initially caught by one of the sharks, but Mia comes into her rescue. They're trying to get their way to the boat, and then Mia's attacked, but then she, I don't know exact. Oh yeah, she uses the grant her father had actually given her as a present a shark tooth that he had found, an old one, and she uses that to poke at the shark that's got her in its jaws, blinding its eye and poking it out, and then she managed to escape. Both the girls are very injured, but they are able to get saved. And as the movie ends, those two girls reunited. Mia's father is dead, of course, as are the other two girls, and his two assistants. But the two girls are reunited. Sorry, and they both staff is attending to their wounds. So that's where the movie ends. As far as comparing this to the first one, I think the premise is pretty good, but there are too many coincidences, of course. The CGI at times is really bad. I mean, because especially when it's really dark, I found it difficult to actually follow what's happening, and the sudden shark movements when they see the kind of pale shark is when you actually can see anything in the dark. So CGI is not that great. I think of course I don't really expect much from this, but it was okay. It's an alright movie, a little bit predictable, I guess. I kind of knew that these two sisters are going to get saved, especially since the father died. The other two actresses, the other two girls were surely going to be shark bait. Interesting thing about this movie is that you've got both Jamie Foxx's daughter, Corinne Fox, news to me, and Sistine Stallone, who is Sylvester Stallone's daughter. Pretty cool. And yeah, she's the one who's actually quite hot. So anyway, interesting concept, I think, but they could have made it a little better. But it's pretty low budget. It was made on just a budget of $12 million. So good if you like Star Wars. Good if you like shark attack movies. I think it was pretty okay. Nothing major. It made $38.9 million. Excuse me. It made $38.9 million at the box office, released in August of this year. It's not going to make anything more than that. But if you like me and you like shark attack movies, I think you might enjoy this one. So give it a watch. I wouldn't rate it anything higher than 6.5. Probably going to watch it one more time down the line sometime, but it's nothing great. So that's it for now. Take care. Bye.